guys, it's Ruthie with the Popple Backyard Farm, and today I have a plant that I want to share about. It's called the African Mask, and it's a really cool plant that I love the looks of it. It is poisonous, and it's kind of a fussy plant. You have to really, kind of pay attention to it. You want it to be moist, but not too moist. You don't want it to get really dried out, and you don't want it to be overwatered. So my advice for this plant is just to kind of stay on top of it. It's just one of these plants that, in my opinion, you got to just kind of get to know it. It has these beautiful stalks it comes on. Now this was overwatered by the nursery. As you can see, there's brown leaves on the bottom, and you'll lose some of them. So I'm kind of giving it a chance to dry out, but I don't want it to dry out too much. So I'm just going to have to kind of mess with it to make sure that it stays healthy. But a lot of people, I'm going to put this back on my shelf up here, where it is right at the moment. A lot of people do not like growing them. They feel like they are a pain, that they're just a brat, so to speak, that if you overwater, underwater, and this type of thing. But I am of the firm conviction, just like your kids, just like your pets, get to know your plant. And so what you want to do is you want to kind of put it in a spot that's kind of near you so you can keep checking it. I would suggest putting it like not in direct sunlight, but where it can get some light, but not too much. And then just check it for water. When you see that it's kind of getting too dry, water it. And you're just going to have to mess with this plant. This isn't one that is an easy grower. Mine is doing fine and it's doing okay, but I'm hoping, cross my fingers, that it will continue to do good. But if not, you guys that have ever done an African mask can tell me your thoughts. But, what's the worst case scenario? I have to go get another one. But they can be a little pricey. They're going to probably be more than $1 or $2 if you're just looking to grab a quick plant. But, if you want to get one, depending on the size, they're fairly reasonable. You should be able to find them almost any place. Just when you see one, grab one, try it out. If you see more than one, grab two, till you get used to how you can raise them. I want to get a whole bunch of that variety of plant. And there's different colors and different things, but I'm loving the looks of it. So I'm hoping that it does good, and I find the best way it needs to be cared for. Now, I could give you a pat answer about this and look knowledgeable, but the truth of the matter is this is one of those plants that you're just going to have to mess with. And everybody's house, just like your stove, is different. Your heating is different, your light is different, your room is different. But for the most part, moderate light, some sun, don't overwater. The number one cause of plant death is overwater. I was actually considering, if it was too wet, to repot this plant, because if your plant is overwatered, like most of the time at the stores, they'll water them every day, and they, there you go. Now you bring it home, and a lot of people, what do? First thing you do, you water it again. So you never want to water your plants when they first come home. You want to wait. But I thought about repotting it, seeing if that would help it, because the thing with the African mask, is it will start dropping leaves. And I'm worried that the leaves that are on it are going to start dropping. But the thing is if you just keep working with it and playing with it, and of course I am a Christian, so I'll be praying for it too, you'll develop how to raise it, and nothing is too hard. Just give it a try. If it doesn't work the first time, try the second, third, fourth. But I think anybody can raise this plant. I just think it's a matter of knowing your plant, knowing your room, knowing your climate. And this goes for all plants. You can take a plant and you can, like I said, they'll say this, and this, but in your house it does better under different circumstances. So I've talked about this before. You can go back to my older videos on African violets. There's all these rules of this and that about African violets. Don't get the leaves wet and everything. And I found the easiest way to propagate African violets is to stick the leaf in water. They almost, like I say, 100 out of 99, they root. So, 100, I'd say 9 out of 9 out of 10 they root and you get a new plant. But anyway, so I'm going to mess with this a little bit, hoping that I can get it on, you know, the first try here. If not, I'll just have to get another one until I master it. But that's my advice on most plants, but especially the African mask. Okay, guys, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.